Hello everyone, I'm Tharun and I'm back again with another cool tutorial. We're going to continue on with our HTML tutorial because last video what we did was a very short content because that was only so much. Okay, it was about the meta tags. But now we're going to move on with the video and I'm going to show you about some semantic elements of HTML. This video is again going to be short. So what are we waiting for? Let's have fun. So, what are HTML semantic elements? Okay, there are like a layout. Okay, a web page has a layout, and in that layout we have a header, we have a nav bar. There's a navigation bar. If you remember, we created it in that lists tutorial, right? We used unordered list and list items to create a nav bar. Okay, we used the CSS to style it to at least make it look like a nav bar. Okay, so that is what we did. Okay, and we have the section. What do you mean by section? Section is like the article side, okay, where you have the whole content written. That is only the written part, okay, apart from the header and the nav bar. And you have an aside in the sense the side navigation bar, which you have in some websites. You have it, right? In the side you have the other options which you could perform. That is aside. And then you have the footer, which comes in the bottom of your website. Okay, that is the footer. Okay, let me I have an image here. It's a low quality, but it just gives you an idea about the semantic elements. Let me just paste in the image value, and this is what I was talking about: the header, the nav, the section, the article, the aside, and footer. So what is this all about? What am I talking about? So in HTML5, what they introduced was you could use the semantic elements to as your tags, and you could write the code there. For example, you could write here header, and you could tell like welcome. Okay, HTADR, not only header, you have to write the regular H1 or H2 code inside. Though these tags do some changes to your text inside, they are not completely taking care of whatever you're doing. Okay, for example, if I tell nav, and let me just correct it. Okay, and if I tell nav, and if I just start typing home, about, contact, okay, then it is not going to let me just remove this image, it's confusing, right? Save it. Okay, it's not going to give you the whole nav bar, and it's not going to give you all the options and all. Okay, you have to code it. But the semantic, these are the semantic elements. You have to understand semantic in the sense just they're like explaining that wrap the code inside the header, wrap the code inside the nav. Okay, so what else do you have? We have the section, we have the article, we have the section, and we have the article. Again, the article can go inside a section, right? Then we can close the article, and we can close the section. And then what else we have? We have the aside, right? Aside. This one is that side thing which I showed you in the image. ASID. Okay, aside. Then you have the footer, right? So that is pretty much about it. It is the semantic element. So what are the several ways you could create a layout? Okay, the layout we talked about, that header, the nav, the section, article, aside, footer, right? You could use HTML tables, right? But that is not a good way to design a web page. Tables are just to represent values, not to just build the whole website. Okay. The other ways you have are the CSS float property. You remember we had those elements, and we used float right, float left, float none, right? You could use that would make you achieve this. But if you ask me, float is not a good thing to use in a website. Okay, it may mess up your code. Like you use float, it works voila in a device. You just copy the code on another device, it may go wrong if the device has a different dimension. Okay, so float is not a good thing. I do not recommend you float. But there are these other two options which you could check out. It is the CSS frameworks. The frameworks like Bootstrap, or you have other frameworks like Skeleton, right? So there you have this layout, you have the classes which you have to mention in order to provide the layout. Again, I would like to tell you that I may bring up a tutorial for all these CSS frameworks and all, but we have a CSS tutorial coming up next. So this is just for your idea. Don't just think that you're not understanding anything or something. It's nothing. You could just skip this video if you are like not totally getting anything. It's like totally fine, no problem. Okay. So the last option we have for the layouting is CSS Flexbox. Okay, you also have grids. Okay, CSS grids, that is also a great option. But these are like the layouting for a website. Okay, so that is pretty much it for this video. It's all about the semantic element and the layout. Okay, it's all about HTML layout. So see you in the next video. Happy to share the knowledge. So goodbye.